Okay, so now let's move on to question number 2. How many formula units are contained in 0.67 grams of calcium oxide? So first, let me define what a formula unit is. Basically, this is the lowest whole number ratio of ions represented in an ionic compound. But the question asks for how many of these units are contained in a certain amount of calcium oxide. So we can also look at formula units as the number of particles. So this is a two-step question. So the first part of the answer is to first find the molar mass of calcium oxide. So to find the molar mass of calcium oxide, we would need both the atomic masses of calcium and oxygen. And since there is one atom of each, I don't need to make any multiplication steps. So the molar mass of calcium is 40.08 grams per mole. Molar mass of oxygen is 15.99 grams per mole. Adding these values up gives us a molar mass of 56.08 grams per mole. So the second part of the question is then to calculate for the number of moles of calcium oxide. So to do that, it will just be the mass over the molar mass. So the mass was given in the question. It is 0.67 grams. And the molar mass is just what we calculated in the previous step. So 56.08 grams per mole. And we end up getting a number of moles value of 0.012 moles of calcium oxide. So the last step is to then find the number of particles, or in this case, the formula units of calcium oxide. So to do this, we would need to multiply by Avogadro's number. So Avogadro's number is 6.022 times 10 to the 23. And I'm just going to put particles per mole. Okay, so multiplying by Avogadro's number gets rid of the moles and leaves us with the number of particles, or formula units, which is 7.17 times 10 to the 21 formula units. Just to make it the same format as the question. Okay, so let's see what the junior tutor said. Formula unit can be considered as the smallest building block of the two ions present in an ionic bond. As such, we can use the identification of Avogadro's number, where 1 mole is equal to 6.022 times 10 to the 23 formula units. Hence, what we need to compute to identify the number of formula units of 0.67 grams is the moles present in the given mass. The molar mass of calcium oxide is 56.077 grams per mole. The moles present in 0.67 grams of calcium oxide is 0.67 grams divided by 56.077 grams per mole. So they also got 0.0119 moles. Thus, the number of formula units is 0.0119 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23 formula units, which is 7.17 10 to the 21. Yep, so this solution is correct. Okay, so now let's move on to question number 3.